Hello everyone and welcome to class today. Over the course of the semester we have covered many different topics from wildfires to landslides, but today we will cover the topic of mercury and selenium and the Fountain Creek watershed. My name is Ashley and along with my group mates Laura and Avi, we will lead you through a discussion based on a few different viewpoints on the pollution into the watershed and creek. To start off this presentation, I'll begin by doing a quick introduction to the Fountain Creek watershed area, then continue on by talking about mercury and selenium, what they are, detections in the Fountain Creek watershed, and where they come from. From there, Laura will lead a discussion with climate change and threats to our water supply, and to finish it off, Avi will conclude the presentation with a series of preventative actions that can take place to help prevent further biological harm. First things first, what exactly is the Fountain Creek watershed? It is the area surrounding the Fountain Creek that stretches for about 930 square miles from Pikes Peak all the way down to the Palmer Divide. Fountain Creek itself runs 74.5 miles long from Woodland Park down through Monument, Manitou Springs, Colorado Springs, and finally runs into the Arkansas River located in Pueblo. The watershed begins at the top of Pikes Peak with the elevation of 14,115 feet all the way down to its lowest elevation of 4,639 feet in Pueblo. This watershed is used for many reasons, some of the most important being drinking water, recreation, and agriculture. Pollution can cause many issues to all the wildlife, aquatic life, and humans who depend on the water on a daily basis. Unfortunately, some of these pollutants happen to be mercury and selenium. What is mercury? Mercury is a heavy metal that is toxic to human bodies. It is one version of a pollutant that contaminates parts of the watershed. It comes from many sources, which we will discuss later. If it were to make its way into the human body, it could lead to damaging effects from exposure or poisoning. What does this mean? This means that the metal affects all the systems, most importantly the nervous system. It can also lead to things like kidney issues, upper respiratory illnesses, lack of concentration, motor control issues, and possibly even death. In infants, it can significantly impair neurological development. It can also affect the wildlife in and around the water. A post from the Yale Wildlife 360 explained that harmful effects, one being that exposed animals have trouble ridding their bodies of mercury, and that it accumulates in their tissue. It affects their nervous systems as well and can have a significant effect on hormonal systems. Overall, mercury is not good for any being, but luckily there is another element that helps to alleviate the mercury in the body systems. The other pollutant we are looking at is selenium. Selenium is a nonmetal that was initially known as a poison, but is now considered maybe an element that could be essential to human health. In moderation, it helps to improve blood flow, lower inflammation, and work as an antioxidant. It has a special bond with mercury, where it has the ability to collect and neutralize it when found in the body and help move the compound out of the system. But in high concentration, selenium can also have significant negative effects. In fish, it can cause their gills to swell, cutting off oxygen supply. It can also cause degeneration of liver tissue, swelling around the heart, damaged egg follicles and ovaries, cataracts, and accumulation of fluid in the body cavity and head. Both of these pollutants have been found in the Fountain Creek watershed, but in different places. The sources of mercury and selenium are very similar. They both come from mining and industrial manufacturing. The biggest part of pollution from mercury is coal-fired plants, and what do you know? We have one right downtown in Colorado Springs. The Martin Drake Power Plant has been in operation for over a century and is finally, after a long battle, being shut down hopefully by the year 2035. Mercury is a toxin that is released from burning coal, and so is selenium. But on the other hand, selenium is a pollutant that is also sourced from different shales, and in this area we have both the pure shale and the Niobrara Formation, which Laura will discuss here soon. Other sources are from agricultural waste, dental care, processed foods, and vaccines. Recently, the Las Vegas water treatment plant has found little to no detections of mercury or selenium in the water they sample, but in recent years, many studies taken from fish tissues in Fountain Creek have found high amounts of mercury in the Upper Fountain Creek or Monument Creek division, and have found higher amounts of selenium as you head downstream towards Pueblo. This could be because mercury is primarily released into the air near the Martin Drake plant and falls into the creek, and as it passes south, it could filter out and lessen the concentration. Selenium increases may be due to mining and other factors, but climate change may have an impact, and that is where we are headed next, where Laura is going to take over the discussion and provide more details to you.